fighter like Terrence Crawford, a guy that switches, can fight inside, outside?
Me or somebody else?
How would you fight him?
Me? Whatever he think he can do, I do better. So he a great fighter, Crawford a great fighter, but it's just different over here. Fast, strong, younger, smarter, defense is way better. He a great fighter though. Won't take nothing away from him. But you just gotta, with him, you gotta outthink him, and then outpoint him, outsmart him, walk to him a little bit, keep touching him.
All right, before we get started, I just want to say that a lot of people lost stock in Jerron Boots Ennis because of his performance, his last performance on the undercard of Gervonta Tank Davis fight. And I just wanted to say right quick, is that attitude right there why these guys don't want to gamble what they owe, because you boxing fans are so quick to write them off and say that they're not this, say that they're hype jobs, and say that they're exposed and all this other stuff simply because they didn't put on a performance like they did the last time, or they ain't have a good night, or they was a little bit off, or they showed some flaws or maybe some things that they need to work on. You guys write them off. And this is why these guys don't want to take these risks no more. So part of that responsibility goes on to the fan. As a matter of fact, a big portion of it goes on to the fan, because if they feel like you guys would still be there afterwards, then maybe they wouldn't be too hard getting these fights and coming up off that. Oh, that's just a side note. I'm going to digress. But what Jerron Boots Ennis is saying, if he believes that much in himself, then I would want to see him get those shots too. But in the meantime, in between time, we are not there. So what can he do? And I've been thinking about the sport as far as money, spectacle, and clout, because that's basically what get these fights made. These sanctioning bodies don't mean nothing. These rankings don't mean nothing. These belts don't mean nothing. This is off clout. This is off money. And this is off, spectacle at the end of the day. So if that's the case, since Jerron Boots Ennis didn't leave a good impression with most people with his last fight on a Gervonta Tank Davis undercard, this is what I'll suggest, because Jerron claims that there's nobody that wants to fight him and these guys are turning down fights. I think you got to take a different kind of fight, because there is a Blair Cobbs out there.
You know I'm gonna call him the fuck out, right? Cut it out. It's levels, dude. No, there is levels. It's levels. There's levels to this shit. I'm definitely calling you out. Well, we'll see. Because, hey, I'm the only one that fought against God, dog. I'm the only one that fought. It wasn't expected. You're another level, so. We'll see, though. We'll see, though. Oh, we'll see. We won't. You know his level yet. He already know his level yet. He already know. He gonna get caught. Not talking that shit. You know what happened. I'm talking all this shit. I'm talking all this shit. I like that.
Now, as you see, Blair Cobbs want that work. Man, he basically tell him that his levels to this. But let me tell you why Blair Cobbs would be a good candidate for him. Because Blair Cobbs will help promote and give him a profile boost if he was to make a fight with Blair Cobbs, because Blair Cobbs can sell a fight and he knows how to talk. And that's usually how they do it at the end of the day. They'll put a meat guy with a talker to help market the fight. And basically what Blair Cobbs will do is he will recreate the same situation somewhat that he had on the undercard with Gervonta Tank Davis, meaning he'll get the eyes on him, because for that short period of time when Blair Cobbs was talking that stuff that he was talking about Errol, dude, everybody's eyes was on that fight. He sold the crap out of that fight. He just didn't win. So that's the same thing Jerron Boots Ennis can use Blair Cobbs for. Get him to create an atmosphere where all eyes is on him again, and the only thing he got to do is show out. And that'll give him a profile boost in all angles. Now, the second part is this can only happen if PBC don't hold up those belts. This is the only way that this can happen. If PBC don't hold up these belts. And then what Jerron Boots Ennis needs to go do is to go get a belt. Because as soon as he get his hands on the belt and get a title shot or whatever and whatnot, Terrence Crawford will come right to you. See, the reason why you can't do the Terrence Crawford thing right now, because Terrence Crawford is in the fourth quarter of his career. You can't ask him to do something like this late in the game because it doesn't make sense to him. You got to understand, he knows he already going in the Hall of Fame. He's already been in this. He's already been undisputed. 3-division, 2-time lineal world champion. Terrence Crawford knows this about himself. So Jerron Ennis needs to have something that's worth something at the end of the day. You know? He needs to have something that Terrence Crawford wants, because Terrence Crawford is too far along in his career. You know? So he needs to have something that he wants. So first he get the profile name boost, you know, whatever and whatnot. Then if he can get a title shot, get the title shot, and then, you know, win it and get the belt. And then you can get you a Crawford fight. But it only works if PBC don't hold up the division. That's the only way it's going to work. Because they say everybody's going to dodge him, and he can't get in the ring with this person. He can't get in the ring with that person. Crawford will get in the ring with you. You just got to have something on your side. You do. Something more than just the aerosexual fans wanting Jerron Boots Ennis to fight Terrence Bud Crawford just because they don't want Ennis to fight Errol Spence. It's the same thing that Canelo fans is doing with Caleb Plant. They backing Caleb Plant because they don't want David Benavidez to fight. You know, y'all are weird, man. You know, you guys are weird. But the point is, if Blair Cobbs wants to work, go ahead and give it to him. It's not going to do nothing but help you out because he's a talker. You know? And that helps with the spectacle part. And since it's all about spectacle and hype, it's not really about these belts. It's not really about this. It's not really about the rankings. And since it's all about the theatrics, as Logan Paul is showing us, because the way that they clinging to him, and he's not even a boxer, is disgusting. So it shows you that it's all about theatrics. So do his theatrical thing. Let Blair Cobbs work his magic for you. And if you can beat him, you can beat him. And that's the second chance for you to put on the display that you were supposed to put on the Gervonta Tank Davis undercard, but you didn't. And you get the profile boost. Hopefully that'll help you out in getting the title shot if PBC don't jack you around, which they will. Get your title shot, get your belt, and go straight for Terrence Bud Crawford because Errol Spence ain't coming back down. And that's his best bet. Other than that, his career is going to be like that. Because like I said, don't he got more fights than Errol Spence at this point? It's time for something to happen, man. It is. That's the way I see it. See it happen.